I'm sorry. Hi, friends. Our task this year is to be in love with humanity and to refuse to hate. On Wednesday, we celebrate the Lunar New Year based on the Chinese zodiac. It's going to be the year of the wood snake, which I'm super excited about. I spent all morning watching SNL and reading about snakes. So I'm really excited to start talking about that this week. But really, like, as we shift from the year of the dragon, which has been like a lot about just surrealism and flow and an epic sort of mythological year this past year, um, we're going into the year of the wood snake. Wood is about, this element is about sort of growth and expansion. And the snake is like a subterranean creature, right? We talk about Patanjali and teacher training. Patanjali, who is the progenitor of the Yoga Sutras, is half human, half snake. And because he is half snake, he has the special gift, ability to burrow into the depths of the earth. And I think that is really what we're up for this year, that we're going to kind of have to go underground. And what's happening here? First, we had no music. I'm just going to let that be there for a minute. This takes me back to last night. Um, that this is the time this year that we're going to really have to go into the depths of our beings, like some real going underground and seeking connection and the just the richness and the nourishment that could be found when we go deep. Um, and there's so many great characters, great serpent characters in the yoga tradition, so let's try to start talking about those next week. But lots of inspiration from snakes. Like, they shed their skins, they inch their way out when they need to grow and heal. So just thinking about for any procrastinators in the room, like, this is the time now to sort of set the course for this year. Like, now we got a new moon on Wednesday. Now is the time to set the course for the year and to consider in what ways does this practice of yoga, this time together in solidarity on our yoga mats, um, sort of support and nurture that course, that plan for this year. Um, May it be a time of going deep in the service of like total renewal. I saw a great clip on AOC on TikTok brought to us by Trump. Gotta laugh. And she was just saying, like, it's the downfall of the broken system. And I found that actually, like, really, and all are welcome here, okay? But I share my opinion, so that comes with it too. You made it. Um, so we're like shedding and molting and digesting. It's going to be a lot to swallow as we go through these times, but we're going to digest it. And like sometimes I'm teaching my daughter now because she has eating problems. She only eats like 3 things. And I was like, it doesn't have to taste good to be good for you. Like, sometimes it's going to taste like shit. And we're going to digest it, and it's going to empower us. That shitty taste is going to empower us. So that's all I'll say about that for now. I'm hoping we'll have 2 straps after prenatal gets out. That's my hope. Um, and my name's Mariel. New folks, I'm going to facilitate. This is Melissa. She's going to assist and teach warm-ups today. Camden's on the mat, so if you're not sure what's going on, try to like peek up at Camden. She's really good at translating what I'm offering with and through her body, and if Camden doesn't know what's going on, that's a great sign to me that I'm not making any sense whatsoever. And also, she's at home for the she's on the mat for the folks at home. Was there anyone else down there, Elena? Okay. So we'll make space. We can always fit one more, right? That's the law. That's the Shri principle of the universe. We can always fit one more. And then one more. And then I feel like that's that wood element. Okay. Let's begin by taking as comfortable a seat as humanly possible for you in this moment. Can feel free to recline if you prefer. Again, just make yourself comfortable. Start to notice where you are and how you are. Invite a slow, deep, full breath in and a long, slow breath out. As you deepen your breath, feel how naturally your breath deepens you. The entire physical practice of yoga is first and foremost in service to the breath, to the gift of life that fills us, surrounds us, and connects us to each other and all that is. The physical practice is an opportunity to align ourselves, engage ourselves, and stretch ourselves through aligned engagement in ways that enhance and optimize our capacity for breath, for energy, for life. I think in the year of the wood snake, this year is so much about expanding our capacity. Keep picturing that drawing in The Little Prince where he draws the boa constrictor that swallows the elephant. Expanding our capacity for life and all that it offers. To digest life and be energized and empowered. And as we align ourselves, engage ourselves, and stretch ourselves through aligned engagement, we step into a channel, a frequency, a flow of energy where the breath ignites the heart, and the splendor of your heart has an opportunity to inform and illuminate and inspire the faculty of your mind and the agency of the body. And here in this gift of conscious breathing embodiment, I think another task for us this year, in the year of the serpent, like the serpent, is to be both tough and tender. How do we be both tough and tender? We'll practice this in our practice today. The breath flows in and down into your ground of being, connecting you to the earth. It fills you up to your crown. It ignites the heart, and the splendor of your heart emanates from inside out on the currents of your exhale. Let the breath flow in and out through the nose, of course, allergies and sinuses permitting. And as you turn inward, a moment to notice if there's anything in particular that you need or want from your practice of yoga today. Is there anything in particular you need or want from your practice today? And a moment to become sensitive and receptive to whatever it is your practice has to offer to you today. To be open, receptive. On your next inhalation, we'll bring the hands together before the heart in Anjali Mudra. It's a gesture of sincere self-reverence that acknowledges and honors the voice of the true teacher, which is never further than your heart, which is never further than your breath. And it's a gesture that places this before us as a guide for at least the time we spend together. And together we're going to set the tone for our practice by sharing the voices of our hearts in a collective sound of Om. Please feel free to join into the sound or let it wash over you. Deep breath in. Out of your heart, the source of supreme love and divine wisdom, always present and as best you can, keeping this connection inward, unwavering. Release the hands, and let's come on to all fours to start in a tabletop position. Sure.
So in tabletop position, wrists are underneath shoulders, inch or so behind the hips. Now, in this first tabletop of the day, I invite you to widen your hands more towards the mat's edges. Give yourself that gift of tenderness, that gift of space. Now, look down at your hands and try to dial your fingertips out towards the mat's edges so your pointer fingers are parallel to one another. Now keep that and press down through the hands. Exhale, round the spine for cat pose. Inhale, release the pelvis for cow. On an exhale, press your hands down and away. Follow the pace of your breath rather than my voice for 3 more rounds of cat and cow. Continue to link breath to movement. And at the end of your next exhale, feel free to bring in any organic movements that might feel right for you, which could look like swiveling out through the hips. Shift your body forward, backward, side to side. Fill up the whole body with the pulsation of your breath. At the end of your next exhale, shift forward back to tabletop stillness. From here, let's take a calf stretch. Extend your right leg long behind you. Make a kickstand for yourself. And slowly, gently roll forward and backward on the ball of your foot. Notice if your chest drops, if your head drops. Can you shine your heart forward towards the front of the room? Now on an exhale, bring your knee back to tabletop position, and let's do the other side. Extend the opposite leg back. Slowly, gently rock forward and back. You might feel this in the back of the ankle, the calf, the back of the leg. Notice any difference from side to side. This time on your exhale, come to stillness. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Meet me in a high plank position. You can be knees up or down here. It's really all the same. Now notice, shift your shoulders to be on top of the wrists. If they're forward of the wrist, you can inch your feet back an inch or so. Then from here, press down through the hands. Breathe space underneath the armpits as you hug your thighs together. Nice. Now from here, inhale, bend the knees deep, and exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. The length of your plank is about the length of your down dog, so take notice of that here as we practice today. You might begin to pedal out through the backs of the legs. Press down through your hands to lift through the hips and extend through the backs of the legs. On an exhale, meet me in stillness. Now inhale, bend the knees deep. Exhale, step it up to the top of the mat and forward, fold over your legs. Fingertips come to blocks or the mat beneath you. Bring your feet as wide as hips width distance and parallel to one another, so all 10 toes face forward. Even lift and spread your toes to feel all 4 corners of your feet root down. Now from here, I'll talk you through the first sun salutation. Inhale, ground down through your feet, and exhale, come up to stand. Arms lift, gaze lifts, reach up. Exhale, hinge from your hips to forward fold over your legs. Fingertips come to blocks or the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, neutral spine. Take a softness into your knees, and then exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. On an exhale, lower your hands down to the mat. Meet me in a high plank position. Down here, it's all the same, but we'll be here for a beat. So remember, wrists underneath shoulders. Hips are in line with your shoulders as you hug your thighs together. On an exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, legs long behind you, toes flat to the mat. Bring your hands wide towards the mat's edges. Inhale, hug your shoulder blades together to curl up for baby cobra. Take 2 breaths here. And on an exhale, lower it back down. Inhale to press yourself up through plank, and exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out here from side to side. On an exhale, come back to stillness. Let's come into some standing poses. Inhale, the right foot lifts up and back. Exhale, step it through to low lunge. Inhale, reach up to high crescent lunge, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, let your front thigh descend. Now notice, if you feel a little constricted in the front body, can you widen your front foot more towards the mat's edge? Give yourself the space here. Now think about your back leg. Lift your back heel, back knee, and back thigh higher. Think straight and strong through the back leg as you inhale, reach up through the fingertips, and exhale, bend deep into the front knee. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands lower down to frame the front foot. Step it back to downward facing dog. Notice any difference from side to side. Let's do that again. Inhale, the other foot lifts up and back. Exhale, step it through to low lunge. Inhale, reach up, high crescent lunge, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, let your front thigh descend. From here, again, let's come back to the back leg. Lift your back heel high. Imagine that you're in a Barbie heel, so it's almost parallel to the ceiling as you think straight and strong through the whole back leg. Inhale, reach up through the fingertips. Exhale, let your front thigh descend. Nice. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands lower down to frame the front foot. Step it back to downward facing dog. From down dog, you can stay here, or inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, lower down to the mat in the style of you. Inhale, curl up to cobra. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, press yourself up through plank, and exhale, take it back to downward facing dog.
That's great. Sounds good, right, everyone? Oh my God, proud mama moment. Find your breath. Invite a deeper breath in and a longer breath. Your hands through the earth like a snake that burrows. The inner edges of the hands tend to uproot, and we lose power. Keep that arm straight as you inhale. Sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. The back heel to the ground. Inhale for warrior 2. Find both feet on the ground. Foot and pull energetically without moving it. Back foot towards your front foot. And then as you push through pull your front foot through your left fingertips. And now bend your reach towards me. On your exhale, bring your right forearm to your right head. Take that right shoulder back. It tends to sort of pop forward. Take the right shoulder back. Lindsay, walk your back foot forward until your front knee's over your ankle. Even more. Yeah. And as you take the right shoulder back, squeeze the right heel in, guide the right knee open, bend deeper. Inhale for warrior 2, push straight. And with your exhale, bring right fingertips to the floor or a block for triangle. You can walk this foot way back to my foot. It'll bring the floor way closer. Yeah. Find your breath. And feel the strength of your legs all the way from the ground up through your legs. Press through the inner edges of your feet more. Be strong in your legs. Tie your strength into your opening. Think lean back over your shoulder blades. You can even close your eyes as you lean back. On your exhale, pass through lunge. Low lunge, yep, step it back to downward facing dog. Find your breath. You can pedal the feet a little bit from side to side. Notice what a difference makes. All that newfound space through the right side, through which energy can flow on the currents of the breath in you, as you, through you, more deeply, more fully, more freely. On your inhale, float the left leg high to the sky. With your exhale, catch your lunge. Spin the back heel to the earth. Inhale for warrior two. Find your breath, stand your ground, pull your feet towards each other. Feel the strength of your legs activate from the ground all the way up into the hips. Then as you reach straight back through your right fingertips, like you're gonna find the hand of the person behind you, as you tether yourself to the energy behind you, you can bend the front leg deeper. Feel that? Awesome. Bring your left forearm to your left thigh. Sweep the right arm overhead all the way towards the front of the room. As you push through the right leg, reach past your own right fingertips. That left shoulder tends to drop forward. Draw the left shoulder up and back. And then as you squeeze the left heel in, guide the left knee open, bend a little deeper. Keep that depth, almost like subterranean through the legs into the hips. And as you inhale, pull your feet towards each other. Turn the right palm to the sky. Rise all the way up through warrior two. Push the front leg straight. Exhale for triangle. Left fingertips to the floor or a block. Press through the inner edges of your feet. Try to lift and spread your little toes. With the inhales, pull your feet towards each other. Feel the strength of your legs from the earth all the way into your hips, your depths of being. And from the core of your pelvis, the depth of your ground of being, push through your legs deep into the earth. And with that much stability through your foundation, lean back over your shoulder blades. On the exhale, right fingertips to the floor, bend through the front leg, lift the back heel, step it back, downward facing dog. Find your breath and linking breath and movement. Inhale to plank. Exhale to lower earth. Inhale for cobra. Flick the toenails down. Hug the outer ankles in. Hug the shins in and pull your hands towards your feet. Slide the roof of your mouth straight back. Exhale to your belly. Pause. Sorry, I'm just having mic issues, so I'm just going to get this situated while you're on your belly. Stretch back. Sorry, whatever this sounds like, friends at home. It's going to sound a little weird, probably. Stretch back through your legs. Try to make your legs get a little bit longer. And then you're going to kind of rotate your legs so that the weight feels heavy on the outer thighs. Can you feel that? Feel like the weight is more towards the outer thighs. And now squeeze the outer heels together. You got all that? And press the tops of your feet down so much you start to feel the knees and thighs lift up just a little. Keep that. Lift your hands an inch off the floor. And here's the key. As you press your feet down, hands are hovering. As you press your feet down, lift your chest up. Press your feet down, press your head back. Press your feet down, lift up one more inch. Like we're little baby cobras. It's just the beginning of the year. Exhale to rest. It's hard, right? Okay, take your hands wider off the edges of your mat. Come high on fingertips, like you're pitched up on fingertips, and slide them back a little bit so that the thumbs are more in line with like the, okay? And again, stretch back through your legs, get more weight on the outer thighs so that it'll feel like the feet sort of like sickle in or pigeon toe. Keep that as you press the tops of the feet down and hug the heels together. Imagine there was a fist or a block between your heels and you're squeezing the block right there. Squeeze my fists together with your heels. Yes. Good. Press the fingertips down like you're digging into the earth, like you're burrowing, like you're trying to get dirt in your fingernails, and claw your fingernails towards your feet as you slide the heart center forward and up. As you press the feet down, gorgeous, claw the fingertips back. Imagine there was like a block behind your head and you're pressing the block up and back. Draw the right shoulder up and back. Draw the left shoulder up and back, sort of sway from side to side. This is called intoxicated cobra. Exhale, lower down. Make a pillow with your hands. Enjoy your breath. Feel like a few like deep, full belly breaths. So deep, so full that you feel the breath expand into the sides and back of your waist. Imagine you're a serpent laying on the ground. Does everyone know that picture of the boa constrictor that swallowed the elephant? Yeah, imagine you're swallowed an elephant. Downward facing dog. We'll meet there. Take your time. Sorry, honey. Heel, knee, and thigh high to the sky. You're framing your front foot. Lift your back thigh higher. Can you push your hands into the block so much that you lift your front to a hover? Bring the blocks up one notch, and then hover your front foot. Burrow the back foot into the earth and lift your front knee up to your heart. Heel the butt. Ooh, downward dog. Find your breath. To heart, heart to mind. Inhale, float the left leg high to the sky. Their lowest height to frame your front foot. Lift the back heel, knee, and thigh up to the sky. That's going to help. And then as you push through the ball of the back foot and lift the back thigh higher, push into the block so much that your front foot hovers. Try, try, try. Tough, 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 like a snake, and tender. If it doesn't happen, lower down, take the blocks up one notch. It's actually heel to butt cheek and step it back to plank. Hands on the blocks. Hands on blocks. Medium or not stiletto. That looks a little dangerous. Good. Lift your heels, knees, and thighs high to the sky. Look forward as you exhale. Bend your elbows halfway. Hover for the inhale. Exhale. Push the arms straight. Downward dog. Find your breath. Inhale to plank. Exhale. Lower. For the inhale, nice. Exhale, push the arms straight down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, bend the elbows halfway. Lower just the knees, point the feet. Inhale, slide the heart forward and up for cobra on the blocks. Push into the blocks and energetically pull the blocks towards your feet. Squeeze your heels together. Maybe the knees lift. You're pressing your feet down so much the knees lift. Exhale for downward facing dog. Push through the blocks to lift. Thighs up to the sky to straighten the legs. sky, and now heels towards the earth. Inhale to plank. Point the feet, slide the heart. Soften the shoulder and tough. Press the knees, get a little lighter, and try to towards the back. All towards the back of the room, the collarbones to the back of the room. Exhale. Right leg high to the sky. To lunge. Rest your torso on your front thigh. Spin your back heel to the ground. Locate your strain the knee. So I want that knee right over the ankle here, and then take the no more straps. So we get the ones from downstairs. There you go, Kelly. That's okay. No, not everyone's going to have two, but I'd love for everyone to have one. You don't have to bind. It's just a regular shoulder to the ground for more stability. Thigh if you exhale, release the strap. Spin the back heel up to the left fingertips side block. Reach your right arm to the sky and lean back on your shoulder blades. You can into your IT towards the and press more through the inner edge of your front foot. Inhale to untwist. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hands on the block. On the inhale, float the left leg to the sky. Up and back. And then as you exhale, you can fold inside your front leg and let the arms reach up to the sky at first. You can stay there. Option to reach the arms out overhead. As you inhale towards each other, feel your legs engage. As you exhale, come on to that right side block. And as you lift the back thigh and hip up, tack the left hip crease back, lean back. Your front foot to straighten the front leg. The downward facing dog. Find your breath. Inhale to plank. This time, keep your arms straight, claw the block, lower the knees. Bring your pelvis towards the floor between the blocks, point the feet, lift the shoulders up and back. Press the tops of the thighs, lift, One more breath. Exhale, downward. Your inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your. Lower the back. Back a little bit more towards your thigh, inside the. A little bit like you're moving towards child's pose. Feel how your butt moves back. Keep that. Find your left foot for. When you shift your hips back, if you can't keep over your ankle in front, scoot your back foot back too. So we want that to like, this one's just not about straining the knee. Hopefully none of them are about straining. Press the back knee down and forward and draw the rib cage up and back. Do we feel something in the depths there? We're burrowing. Downward dog. Body. Both. On the inhale, float the left. Exhale, lunge. Take your time in this setup. Lower the back knee down to the blanket or fold over. Back knee forward. Rib cage up off the pelvis and towards the back of the room. Bend a little deeper. One more breath. And release. Downward. Shrug your shoulders towards your ears, and now bring your pelvis towards the floor between your hands. Nothing changes in the arms. Pull the hands back as the pelvis lowers. Of your hands down all the way through the inner edges of the hands. And back, peek over the right shoulder. As you look over the right shoulder, take the left shoulder up and back, press the top of the left foot down. Peek over the left shoulder, press the back, press the top of the right foot down. Inhale through center, collarbones up and back, pull the exhale to your belly. Whew. Flow with your hands. Your legs a little, just whatever. If you're wanting a little organic, dynamic movement, have at it. Child's pose if you prefer. Oh, it's cutting in and out. Okay, roll onto your back. Locate your props so that you're just like kind of be aware that your props are within hand's reach. We're going to take a big loop in the strap. So you want to make sure that the strap has a loop in it. If you need help with that, call us over. If you don't have a strap, let us know. We'll come around with the folks who had two. And then you're going to take, I always like to kind of hold the buckle part in the hand. You got it. Make it a big loop. And then take both feet into the strap, hold by the buckle, and bring your feet to the floor, heels to the floor, like Supta Tadasana. And you need a big loop. Let's see here. Oh, sorry, did I just hit you with that? Okay. And now with the heels on the ground, legs are straight, heels on the ground, you want to make the length of that lasso, you're holding the buckle so that the buckle comes right up to the hip crease. Should feel taut. So both feet are in the strap. The buckle is right at the hip crease, and we're going to bend the right knee in towards the chest. And it should feel tight. Like now really tighten like you're flossing. Tighten that buckle, tighten that loop, and like floss it right into the top of the thigh, right into the hip crease. And everyone look at, no, not Camden, everyone look at Camden. You got it. Yeah. So stand up. Can you hold the buckle and take both feet, both legs straight? So you see how both feet are in the strap. Stand up if you can't see. And so Camden's holding the buckle at like the hip length. And now Camden's going to bend the right knee in and interlace the hands behind the right thigh. And stay right here, shoulders back, head back, if you want more, right heel to the sky. If you want more, you could hold the back of the calf or the foot. How's that? You don't have a strap. Do you want one? Oh, does anyone have two and you're just using one? Thank you. Let me know if you have two. Oh, yours is too short too? This is so, we're supposed to have 75 straps here. Melissa, can you grab the one from Jaya, please? And bring all those to the front. Oh, thank you. So the bottom heel's on the ground, and then, yeah, you can sort of point the foot, flex the right foot, do ankle circles if that feels good. Ooh. Try to keep that bottom heel, knee, and thigh on the ground. Bottom heel, knee, and thigh on the ground. That's the key. So it's not about how much you could bring. We need one more over here. Is it okay to touch? Okay. Oh, this has a lot of slack. We can make that way tighter. I'm going to get in here deeper, okay?
Right, there we go.
Yeah. Now we're in business.
Okay, got it.
And now even more, you could press this is like some old Iyengar shit, press your calf into my head. How's that?
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Okay, gotcha.
Belly breathing. Okay, release the right leg, just float it straight down to meet the left. Slide that right foot into the strap. How we doing? We finally got there. And just feel the difference from side to side. I love this one. If we had two straps, just for like pure imagination, we could take the strap across the ball of that straight leg. If we wanted to get like real deep with it, we take the strap behind the skull from the ball of the extended foot to behind the head in a big loop. Okay, bend the left leg in. Floss that strap as deep into that left hip crease as you can and make it tight. We're talking like dental floss for the hips. Okay, and then keep the right heel, knee, and thigh rooted down as you extend the left heel to the sky. You can play with pointing and flexing the left foot. Ankle circling if that feels appropriate. And just notice how much that bottom heel wants to uproot. You got to burrow that bottom leg into like the bed of the earth. Think like not just let the right leg rest on the surface of the earth. Go deep with that right leg as though you could penetrate the earth beneath you with that whole right leg. The heel, the back of the thigh.
Next time I'll get a strap.
Do you want one?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm good.
You sure you're okay?
I'll just do it so I can feel what it
Do you want it
feels
in
like.
this hip crease? Take both feet in. Oops, I'll get it. Make your leg straight. And now bend this leg. Yep.
On the inside?
Inside. Yep. And sort of, do you need it a little bit looser? Is that? Yeah, this came out a little bit. Make it a little looser. I don't want to get right in your cooch there. We don't know each other that well just yet. Press that bottom heel down, like 2 or 3 more of the deepest, fullest breaths. And then leg straight, yep. Is it okay to touch over here? Are you doing okay over here? Okay. Press your heel into my hand. And extend the top leg down to the ground. Put the strap to the side. Find your breath. Okay, it's tight in here, so, no surprise if you, touch someone's props or space. As you inhale, reach the arms overhead. Huge breath in. Let it percolate inside for a beat. And then exhale with an audible sigh. The release, the shedding of the old. 2 more times. Deep, full breath in. Let it percolate inside for a beat. Stretch from inside out in all directions. And as you exhale with an audible sigh, like you're shedding, like you're molting. 1 more time like that. Okay, does everyone feel like they got the strap trick here? Okay, roll to your right side and press through your hands and just come up to like a seated posture. I'm going to have Camden demo this, if that's okay, Camden. We're going to take the same thing and stand up. Standing, face them. Stand on the strap with both feet. And bend your right leg in. Good, and sort of floss that strap deep into the hip crease. And interlace your hands underneath your thigh. Draw your shoulders up and back. You can stay right here. This could feel like a big hip opener, just right here. Big if you want more, extend through the heel. Now the key here is to push through the ball of the standing foot and draw the shoulders up and back. How does it feel? Yeah. And then bend the leg. And with your left hand, hold your outer right knee. Yep. And twist from your left waistline to the right and reach the arm. Yep. And then with the left eye, look towards your right thumb. And then inhale to center and release. Yeah. It should be really tight so that the strap is a resource. And the thing about burrowing is like in the story of Patanjali, Patanjali burrows in order to find the greatest resources. And so I think we love hip openers so much because in bioenergetics, our inexhaustible supply of energy, we all have it. It's called Shakti or Kundalini Shakti. It resides like deep in the core of the pelvis and the hips. And when we open the hips, we essentially feel more grounded, more centered, more open, more energy. And so the strap is there to resource you and helping you stay grounded and centered as you open the hip, okay? So it should feel tight. Like think Spanx. Some of you have no idea that reference, and if you don't, I pray that you never have to know. But it should be tight. So you're going to stand both feet on the strap, and then bend your right knee in towards your chest and floss that strap into the right hip crease. Yeah, and it should be, and like draw the knee towards the chest and make sure it's like, it should not be loose at all. It should feel like the strap is pulling your thigh bone towards the earth. And then interlace your hands underneath your thigh. Some of you are going to have to lean forward to do that. That's fine. You can hinge a little forward. But as you hinge forward, draw the shoulder blades up and back, and then try to stand tall through the crown of the head. And if you feel steady, extend through the leg. Breathe, feel, notice. It can be wobbly. Receive the instability. Be open to the instability. Bend the leg. Lift the knee a little higher. Take the left hand to the outer right knee, and from the right waistline, twist to the left. Reach the left arm long behind you. Reach back, draw the left shoulder up and back. Totally optional, take the gaze. And inhale to center, and release, and shake it out. A little easier laying on the ground, anyone? Yeah. It's okay. Step both balls of the feet onto the strap. Press the right big toe ball mound through the strap into the earth. Bend the left leg in. Make it really tight so that it feels like the strap is pulling the head of the thigh bone down towards the ground. Interlace your hands. You can hinge forward, then draw the shoulders up and back. You can stay right here. If you want more, extend through the leg. Think shoulders back, head back. Push through the inner edge of your bottom foot to pull the outer left hip crease down. Bend the leg. Right hand to outer left knee. From the right waistline, twist to the left. Maybe extend the the left arm long behind you. Maybe right eye gazes towards the left thumb. Belly breath. Inhale to center. Feel both feet on the ground. Shake it out, put the strap to the side. Step to the top of your mat. So let's take a block between the inner thighs and try to hug the block more with the fronts of the thighs. Can you feel that? Hug the block more with the fronts of the thighs. So it'll almost feel like the thighs are spinning in. And as you hug the block with as I throw blocks, as you hug the block more with the fronts of the thighs, lengthen the tailbone towards the earth. Make sure the knees are soft. Unlock the knees. And go like pubic bone back, tailbone down. Feel a lift, a tone from pubic bone to navel. Interlace your hands behind your head. Draw the armpits in. Feel the shoulder blades come together. Press head into hands and hands into head. Can everyone feel that activation of the upper back, of the legs? Now as you root through the balls of the feet, press your head back. Ground through the heels. Lean into the balls of your feet. Press your head back into your hands. Bend at the shoulders, not the middle back, not the lower back. Ground through the heels, squeeze the block, lean into the balls of the feet, and as you press the head back, let the bottom tips of the shoulder blades point towards the sky. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the legs deep. Squeeze the block, ears back, biceps back. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Put the block to the side. Take your feet outer hips width apart. Bend your legs, bring your elbows to your thighs. See that your toes point straight ahead. Bring your hands to your outer shins and press your shins towards each other. And now wrap your hands around the backs of the legs to the calves and push the calves forward. And as you push the calves forward towards the front of the room, draw the shoulders up and back. And now here's the key. As you press the calves forward, start to press your thigh bones back. Don't let your thighs dominate. Keep pressing your calves forward as you press your thigh bones back. The legs will get straighter. So as you're pressing the calves forward, press your thigh bones back as much as you can, legs towards straight. Once you find your edge there, bring your hands back to the outer shins, and as you squeeze the shins in, press the inner thighs apart. Exhale, fold. You can, I think it's called ragdoll, hold opposite elbows, let the head be heavy, let the spine extend. Ground through your heels, lean into the balls of your feet, press your thighs back. Think tailbone towards the earth so the whole spine extends. As you inhale, bring fingertips to the floor, get long through the spine. Exhale, fold, walk it back to downward facing dog. Push through the hands, lift the heels high, bend the knees a little bit. And as you bend the knees, press your thigh bones to the sky. Think thigh bones up more than back, and now ground through the heels. On your inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Bring your blocks high to frame your front leg. Push your front leg straight, lifting. With the back high, press your back thigh to the sky. Pull your right hip. You're okay with that? Crease towards the back of the room. Nice. Push through the left hand, push the left block into the earth and draw the right shoulder blade up and back. As you push through the inner edge of the right foot, reach the right arm to the sky. As you push through the inner edge of the right foot and pull the right hip crease back, lean back on your shoulder blades. Wrap yourself around yourself. Option to close the eyes for a breath or two. Go deep into yourself, not in the pose, into the self. Inhale to untwist. Downward facing dog. The idea that closing the eyes is a gesture of turning into darkness in order to see more clearly. Exhale. Keep the back heel lifting. Take your blocks to frame your front leg. Push your front leg straight. From the knee, but more forward. Bring your left hand to your left hip crease, tack it back. The inner edge of the left foot, reach the left arm to the sky. Legs lean. Downward facing dog. For cobra dogger, 3 of the deepest, fullest that require the leap. And exhale to your belly, roll on. Have a block handy. Place the block underneath the left. to the left butt cheek. Like scooch your butt cheek towards the block. That might be easier. Push your foot into the block and extend your right leg to the sky. Bend the elbows alongside the waist and press the elbows down so much the chest lifts. Your sacrum is on the ground, shoulder blades are on the ground, the backs of the upper arms are on the ground, the center back of the skull is on the ground. All parts touching the earth are burrowing. We're not just resting, going deep. Press the center back of the skull down, press the elbows down, and as you do so, can you draw the whole spine deeper into the center of your body? Like the whole spine's in a back bend already. Keeping that, stand through the left foot to lift your hips. Flex your right foot as though all together we're sole of the right foot. As you inhale, squeeze the left knee to the midline. As you exhale, lower your hips almost to the floor. Hover. Big breath in there. As you exhale, push through the block to lift your hips up as high as you can. Squeeze the left knee to the midline. As you exhale, lower your hips almost to the floor. Pause, inhale for hover. Exhale, push through the block to rise up, lift the roof. Yes, one more time, just like that, slowly at your own pace. Try to keep your hips level there. Nice, Kelly. And as you exhale, push the block downstairs, raise the roof all together with the right heel. And then lower the hips down, bend the legs, right foot to the floor. Anyone have like a butt cheek that's like half smiling or crying? I ugly laughed last night. Is it an ugly laugh in that butt cheek? Can't remember the last time I had an ugly laugh. It's good. Those are good. Okay. Both feet on the floor. We're going to guide the block underneath the right foot. Is that true? Second side, scooch your butt towards the block. And then feel how the hips are kind of unlevel. Bend the elbows alongside the waistline. Press the elbows down to lift the chest up. Wriggle the shoulder blades in. As you press the elbows down, press the center back of the skull down. Think pubic bone towards the floor, but like right behind the block and the whole spine. So like our spine, our spinal column is considered like our inner serpent energy. It's drawing in and up. So the whole spine's already in a little back bend. Now push through the block so much that the right foot just lifts up as high. That the left foot just lifts up as high as the right foot, so you're coming level. Yeah, so you're making the hips level. Now extend the left heel to the sky. Like you're gonna hold up the roof with your left heel and push your right foot down and forward to lift your hips up as high as you can. Nice, Eileen. As you inhale, hug the right knee more to the midline, push more through the inner edge of the right foot. And as you exhale, lower your hips almost to the floor. Pause for the inhale. Exhale, push up, push through the block to raise the roof. Good. Lower almost down to the ground. Pause for the inhale. As you exhale, you're going to think push, drive the block to the core of the earth. As you raise the roof, split your energy. One more time, just like that. Lower down, pause for a breath. Exhale, split the energy down to the ground, up to the sky, and then left foot to the floor. Block to the side. You okay? Both cheeks are smiling. Take your feet about as wide as the mat and let both knees fall gently to the right. Just mindful of glasses blocks, kind of just like move all around as needed. Option to place the right foot on top of the left thigh. Press foot into leg, leg into foot. Inhale the legs through center. Feet as wide as the mat. Let both knees fall gently to the left. Option to place left foot on top of right thigh if that suits you. Let the breath be deep and full. Like really find and feel the breath in the back and sides of your waist, like gills on a fish. Inhale to center. Cross the left leg. Actually, let's go like this. Cross the right leg over the left leg. Thigh over thigh. Bend the knees in towards the chest. And this is going to be confusing, so I'm just going to ask for sharp mind here. With your right hand, you're going to reach for the outer edge of your left foot. Just check, like, is this my right hand? Is this my left foot? And with your left hand, you're going to reach for the outer edge of your right foot. Now flex the feet, spread the toes. Yeah, flex, and like lift your ankles up in line with your knees if you can. You got it. And like flex the feet. So I don't want the feet sickling. So if the feet sickle, then the femur bone sort of head in towards the front midline of your hip sockets, and we want it the opposite. So when you flex your feet and spread your toes, can you feel that in your hips? Think like turn your feet out even. Can you feel that? Can you help right here? If you want more, draw your feet towards you, press your knees away from you. Breathe. I don't think there's any games or anything happening today, but this is kind of like a supine eagle. Gently release. Questions on that? Towards the chest. So here's another way of saying it. Your feet have now crossed the midline, and with your hands, just reach straight and find your feet. And I'm seeing some folks are going for the soles of the feet. I like the look of that too. So you can go for the soles of the feet or outer edges of the feet. The key is once hands are to feet, you have a neuro pathway there that's going to your feet in a deeper, more meaningful way. That will open your hips. Kundalini Shakti. Flex the feet, draw the feet towards you, and press the knees away. And release. Uncross, stretch the huge full breath here in the style of you. I recommend like that deep full breath in for a beat and exhale with an audible sigh. Bend the legs. Cross the right ankle, over the left leg. Cross the right thigh over the left thigh. Take your arms out in cactus, palms up. Scoot your hips a little to the right and lower your left. Roll to the left for a breath or two. And then come back through center. Slide the center back of the skull a little more to center, to the right a little bit, and then you can turn your head to the right. Only if the neck consents. Belly breathing, let the breath massage the visceral organs. On an inhale, draw your legs up through center. Uncross both feet on the ground, shift your hips to we'll cross the left over the right thigh, scoot your hips to the left, and lower your knees to the right. At first, you can let the head roll to the right, towards the knees. Couple of breaths. And then if your neck feels okay about it, you can bring the head through neutral. Slide the head more to center, like a little bit to the left, and then turn your head to the left. And breathe into what can't be seen but can be felt. And invite the breath to massage the depths of your being. Is this turning on?
It sounds like it.
It did?
Yeah.
Inhale through center. Stretch your legs out long. Reach the arms overhead. Supta Urdhva Hastasana. Savor a breath. Exhale completely. When you're ready, hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself the sweetest, most loving embrace. Can rock a little bit from side to side. Take happy baby if you prefer. Scan your body with your awareness to see if there's any final poses, movements, or adjustments you need or want to make in order to feel completely prepared to fully relax. You can add or remove layers, add or remove props. Can let your hair down, put glasses safely off to the side. And in your own time, as you feel ready, you can spread yourself out on the altar of the earth. Make of yourself a seed offering. You are the seed. Place yourself in the altar of the earth. Take refuge in the shelter of the body, in the sacred hub of the heart, in the lap of the earth. And as the body softens and settles into stillness, look for your breath. And the currents of the breath flow in and down into your ground of being, filling you up to your crown and turning you into your heart. The breath ignites the heart, and from here in, the indwelling light of your heart emanates from inside out on the exhales. Stay with the currents of your breath. Let each breath turn you into your heart. And ask yourself in your heart of hearts, what is it that you most want to see grow? You most want to see expand this year? You are that seed. And let the seed be held in the shelter of the body and the lap of the earth and be fed, nurtured by the indwelling light of the heart. Watered by the breath. look for your breath just by turning your awareness to your breath. Notice if and how naturally your breath deepens and expands. At your own pace, the next time you inhale, breathe in deeply and fully to the count of 4 and pause for 4. And exhale slowly and completely at a count of 4 and pause for 4. And with the next inhale, experiment with breathing in deeply and fully for a count of 6. And pause for 4, let it percolate inside. And exhale slowly and completely in a count of 6. And pause for 4. And one more cycle, experiment. No need to control or constrain the breath, but see about deepening and expanding this life force energy. Inhaling for 8, fully, deeply, completely, pause for 4, and exhale for 8, pause for 4. Two or three more of the deepest, fullest breaths in the pattern. Inhale for 4, 6, or 8, depending on your pace. Pause for 4. Exhale matches the duration of the inhale. And the pause for 4. Deliberate with your breath. Dance with your breath. But allow the breath to hold the lead. Let the breath breathe you as best you can. Try not to control the breath. The breath ignites the heart. The splendor of your heart informs and illuminates and inspires the faculty of your mind and the agency of your body, so that your thoughts more clearly reflect the splendor of your heart, and your actions more clearly reveal the splendor of your heart. As the spirit that you are begins to gently awaken the body that you have, wiggling your toes and your fingers, stretching through your arms and your legs, just take a few more moments to bathe in the currents of your breath, to bathe in the splendor of your heart. And let this intrinsic light emanate from inside out on each and every exhale, as far and as wide as you can possibly imagine. Taking that moment of pause at the end of each exhale to really cast your light deliberately. Where do you want to send it? And as the spirit that you are stirs and stretches and awakens the body that you have in the ways that feel good, Let the body that you have embrace, affirm, and adorn the spirit that you are, literally wrapping yourself around yourself, for this is and you are the gift of life. When you're ready, bend your legs, feel both feet on the ground. Take a moment to call yourself down to earth. Take a deep breath. Call yourself back to reality. Take a deep breath. See yourself renewed, regenerated, clear about your plan for the path ahead. Can you see yourself in love with humanity, tough and tender, growing your capacity for life? And if and as and when skillfully needed, a good fuck you from my heart. From the heart. Heartfelt. When you're ready, roll to one side. Begin to press through strong arms to find your way into a comfortable seated posture with the eyes closed and the hands folded before the heart in Anjali Mudra. In a final gesture of sincere self-reverence that honors, acknowledges and honors the voice of the true teacher, the indwelling light, the source of supreme love and divine wisdom, always present, intrinsically peaceful, utterly powerful, never further than your heart, which is never further than your breath. In a gesture that very courageously, deliberately, and generously places this aspect of ourselves before us as both a guide and an offering in all we do. In so doing, bringing more goodness, upholding more beauty to those in the world around us. Let's seal in our time together. We'll invoke blessings for ourselves and each other. Together, collectively as one, we send the voices of our hearts out into the world to all of the places it is most needed. In the form of a final Om, feel free to join into the sound or let it wash over you. Deep breath in. As you bow to your heart, with all my heart, I bow to every one of you. Thank you so much for your practice, for your presence together today. And more than anything, with all my heart, I thank you all for all that you are and all that you do every single day of this life. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for being here and being together. Woohoo, January. Woohoo, Chinese New Year. Celebrate. We have great culture in our city, thank God. May it remain and be sustained and grow. We have great festivities for Lunar New Year and like all around the city, so check that out, and we'll make meaning together this year. We'll make beauty and meaning. The only way out is through. Anyone have announcements? I didn't do any of those. I'm sure we do. Early morning yoga with Melissa. We have 2 rooms and 1 spot and a double left for Greece. So that's anywhere from 3 to 5 spots remaining. We're going to Greece July 20th to the 26th. Something epic to look forward to this year. I'd love for you to join us. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. We're going through a travel company, and it's not a pay in full when you sign up. I think it's a payment plan option, but the sooner you sign up, the longer stretch you have for your payment plan. Pranayama practice group starts this week. That's virtual on Tuesday mornings with Adriana. Alex has a pop-up coming up on a Friday night. Those of you who love Alex but can't get here during the week, she's coming up on a Friday night in February. And all kinds of other stuff. Everyone. Go birds. Fun.